Hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jane Morton. I'm a psychic counsellor. Well, tonight I'm your psychic counsellor. Any other night, I'm tarot reader, medium, holistic therapist, you name it. Those of you who already watch me know what I am anyway, but anyone new, thank you for joining me, and I'll update you a bit more later on. So, isn't it lovely out there? I've just rushed in from work to meet you all, but it is lovely, and I haven't had the pleasure of sitting out in it. So, who have we got on Mr. P? Hello, Terry. Thank you for joining us. Hello, lovely Alison Barton. Hello, Marion Dunlop. It's a nice picture in the background. Hi, Deborah Page. Good afternoon. So you're somewhere a little bit behind us. Hi, Tony Wright. Hi, Mary Gardner. Oh, feels like my voice is going up. Hi, Casey Tanner. Let me know where you all are, people. Hi, Christine Davis. Hi, Lisa Davis. Hello, Samantha De Hoyos. Hi, Inna. Hello, Catherine Coppin. Hello, Vicky Wright. Hi, Di Redman. Hello, Kathy Garcia from Florida. Oh, I love Florida. Do you know what? My memories have just come up on my phone from Florida. I was there a few years ago when you could fly. Hi, Angela Moore. Hi, Vanessa Williams from Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you. Hi, Denise Smith. Just checking. Hello, Stay Shaw. And hello, Kelly McKeaton. Hi, Joanne Lewis. Hi, Natalie Bentley. Hi, Kim Harknett. It has been a lovely sunny day and I haven't seen a single bit of it stuck in a ward. But hey, hi Heidi Spicer, thank you. But I'm off for the next few days so I can enjoy it in between clients. So have we caught up, Mr. P? Hello, lovely Alicia. Hello, Patricia Neary. Hello, Naya Blackwell from North Wales. Well, let us know what the weather's like there. They always say it rains. Hi, Siobhan O'Rourke from Ireland. Hi, Julie Hurst from Essex. If my dog barks, I'm going to apologise now. Kids are screaming outside. Hello, Karen McNairn from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, Canada. Lovely. Hi, Jade Fleming. Are you okay? I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. I'm trying to wake myself up, but I'm definitely okay. Hi, Donna. Hi. Hi, Donna. Hi, that's a... Hey, look, cracked a joke and I didn't even know it. Hi, Lindsay Cato. Hi, Gaia Davis. It's weird, isn't it? It's saying good evening, and I know it's an evening. I mean, it's 8 o'clock, but it's just so nice out there, and I've been indoors all day. I feel like I've just started the day for me. Hi, Jean Duffy from Columbia, Canada. Hi, Sammy Simpson. A bit poorly, Sammy, ducking in and out. Oh, you look after yourself, Sammy. Blazing today. Good. That's good. I used to love going to Abu Dhabi up in North Wales, actually. Lovely beaches. Hi, Barbara Linnell. Keep seeing orbs right around me, Jade. Well, as you keep seeing orbs, I'm just going to say this. I just said to Richard, as I was trying to get myself calmed down, prepared, not calmed down because I was having a mare, but just coming out of work mode into psychic mode, I got a man come through, and he told me his name. I thought he said his name was Barry Ernest, but he said his name's Ernest Barry when I spoke to him on the pendulum. And he told me he's had a stroke. He had a stroke on the left side of his body. I'm trying to think what he had. He was quite thick set, and he's I'm not going to say he was quite a stern man, but he was in the services, he tells me. So if you're seeing orbs, it could well be because as soon as I relaxed and lit my candle and tried to just give 5 minutes to myself, I started getting that coming through. He had a message for Louise. So if there's a Louise watching, the message is for her, and the name is Barry. Did I say that? Barry Ernest or Ernest Barry? Ernest Barry. Yeah, I think it's Ernest Barry. Let's see, now I'm losing. No, I asked him to confirm because I thought it was his second name, but I think it's his name, like his 2 names, his middle name and his full name. So it's Ernest Barry. And he was quite clear on that, not the other way around. So, hi Charlotte from Exeter in Devon, but it's lovely there as well. Hi Elaine Humphreys. So if there's a Louise watching and anyone can take, or that someone knows a Louise and they can take it, please let me know. He had a stroke on the left side, had some problems with his heart as well, but that wasn't really to do with the stroke, he's telling me. And he was very thick set. In fact, he was a very thick set gentleman, very square jaw, very stern, but he said that was part of his training from the services. Hi, Abla. Thank you for joining us. How is everybody? Hopefully everyone's fine in the sunshine. So Patricia, you're in Galway Island. Lovely. Start of our summer. I hope so. I only want it to be our summer on my days off, so. So it's 12 p.m, is it, Anne, where you are? We've done that one, Mr. P. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. And a stroke on his left side also. Okay, thanks, Joe. So Barry, but does the name Ernest take that? And was he in services? Because he's told me he was in services. He showed me gold buttons, very shiny, what I call military buttons. It kept making me want to go to sort of the Marines, but I was sort of swaying between that and the army. But he said that's what made him stern. But he didn't mean he was horrible. It just meant he was quite stern because he had to be strict in what he did. But let me know if he was in the services. And he mentioned the name Louise. When I asked him what he wanted to tell Louise, he just said, look after Louise. So let me know if your sister's okay or if there's anything going on with her, and that might be what the message is for her. It just came in randomly, and anyone that does watch me know that although I do mediumship, it's not my first and foremost. I usually do the psychic work, but I can't stop it if it comes in. And anyone that hasn't watched me before as well, today is about my psychic counselling, and if you want to ask me questions, whether it be relationship or in general or any spiritual questions, go ahead. I will pretty much answer anything that I can answer, and if I can't, I'll tell you. So Joe can't take Ernest. Okay. I brought up an Ernest Sunday on the Sunday sofa. This man's been with me on and off, in and out intermittently since the weekend. But it's funny how he came back in as soon as I was going back on SPTV. So I do think it's for someone that watches us. Your dad was in the army, and yes, he could be body boots. Okay. All right then. Let's see where. Well, I got the Ernest then because he was quite prominent on that as well. So it might be for your sister Jo. Let me know if Louise is okay or she's going for anything at the moment. Does she? Okay. All right then. All right then. Well, Jo, not that he's leaving anyone out, but he did give me Louise. He gave me Louise's name. So it's obviously Louise. Maybe there's just something going on with her. Did he pass recently? I honestly can't answer that. He just came in, showed me how he looked, told me about the stroke. His arm was very heavy on the left side. I don't think he could move it. And he also talked about the army and just showed me how, like I said, I don't tend to go do medium. What are you laughing at? Eh? that's Nikki. Oh yeah, hi Nikki. So Nikki, I'm just talking to Joe. I don't know where Louise is. We need Louise on here. I think your dad came through before I came on. Just what anything you've missed. He gave me Barry. He gave me Ernest. He told me he had a stroke on the left side. He couldn't move his arm. He was in the services. Showed me buttons. Said he wanted to talk to Louise. He was also showing me some sort of old documentation paperwork. I don't know. At first I thought it looked like letters, but it seemed quite important. He was showing me that as well. But he just said needed to pass his love to Louise. So not that he's leaving anyone else out in the family, but I think there's something, maybe Louise needs his support in the moment. But anyway, I don't normally do mediumship, but I can't stop it. It comes in. So there you go. So there's something for you people. So have we got any questions, Mr. P, or has everyone just come in to look at my lovely cheery face? Hi, Julie Oakney. Hello, Olivia Louise. Thank you. Blessings back to you as well. Hi, Tony Lizard. Good evening. Stace, question. Yeah. So, Stace, I can read. You don't need to put it in capitals. I know I'm old and I've got my glasses on and I've had a hard day, but I can still read. But no, all jokes aside. How do you deal with someone that projects their own insecurities onto you and blames you for the decline in their own mental health instead of accepting responsibility for their own role? Okay. How do you deal with it? To be honest, Stace, I've said this before time and time again. We're all human, so we're all entitled to feel a little bit insecure at times. Even us psychics, after you're on your psychic medium path now, we cannot make people accept responsibility for anything, and we cannot put our opinions on them either. We have to be very careful, especially when we're working like this. We can offer advice if it's asked. If people don't take it, we shouldn't take offence. I bet half of you don't listen to me all the time anyway. You have to remember that we even when we do readings and when you're starting your journey, you're still quite early on in your journey in your mediumship. We give out what we get. If people can't take it, we don't take offence, and if people don't understand it, we mustn't take offence, because it may come to them later and it may happen later. And that's the same in everyday life. We can only offer advice. We cannot expect people to take it. And with mental health, we have to be very careful as well. Many of the patients on my ward where I work come in with various mental health issues. You have to accept it's an illness, and you have to accept that people react differently to it. So we're not trained in it, unless we are trained in it, unless you specialise in it. And we shouldn't assume that we know how they're feeling or what they're projecting across. So it's not how we deal with it. For us, we protect ourselves, because if they are feeling insecure or feeling a bit negative, they're going to be putting that aura out, that energy out. And we have to make sure we don't suck that in, because that can drag us down. But we should never take offence, and we certainly shouldn't take it as a personal sort of reflection on ourselves. People act differently and can act in different ways because of how they're feeling, but that doesn't truly mean that they're trying to put something out there to hurt us or hurt themselves. It's just how they are at the time. So it's a bit of understanding, I suppose, but responsibility, yeah, everyone's responsible for their own well-being. Bit patience, yeah, but we're all responsible for our own well-being when no one else is responsible for it. That said, with mental health, people do need extra help, they do need support, and they do need patience. So, for me, it's just, taking on board that we are responsible for ourselves, and we shouldn't incline to put on to people what they should and shouldn't do. We should accept it, pass on what we say or what we've been asked, and that's it. Leave it there. That's what I'd say to you, Stacey. Leave it there. You've done what you've done. And also, and I'm not saying you have, I'm just putting that out there, think about how you did put something across, because sometimes that could be taken in the wrong context. It's like texting. Never text someone because you think it sounds all right, but when you read it back, it may not actually, and also the person receiving it may have took it in the wrong way. So just be mindful of how, it's all right when you're saying it, it's like now when I do readings face to face or online, I can say it, I can read the cards, I can tell them. When they ask me to do it and write it up, which I'm doing one at the moment, which takes longer, it's harder because you're trying to put that context into words, but words that they understand. You don't want to write an essay as an academic, but you're trying to get it across, which is why face-to-face is always better, unless you're swearing or abusing someone. But just be mindful of how you're putting things across. That's what I'd say, Stace. So I hope that makes sense to you. Anyone else, Mr. P? Should we give Stace a card? Actually, should I give Stace a card just so she can make her mind up? And obviously, Stace, I know you've done the psychic counselling diploma like myself. Just go back to some of that. I mean, psychic counselling doesn't always cover the basics of counselling. Obviously, I did counselling as well. So, but, you know, you've got to remember not to take things to heart. Passion ignited, I've got for you, number 1. Right side, Mr. P. And yeah, straight away it shows the heart center's lit up with fire, but the heart behind it is the actual heart center in green, but the fire's around it. That fire should be that ignition of like your spiritual journey, and even the person's spiritual journey, or if someone you've spoke to is not on that journey yet. It's about showing that dabbling. You're playing with fire if you don't use your words kindly. And I say this, and I think we're going to bring this out in one of our Sunday Sofa shows soon, so I won't go into too much. But be mindful that just because you're a psychic or a medium, we don't always put it across properly. We don't say it the right way. Everything can be taken in the wrong context. So for me, that fire's showing the heart, the meaning is there. The heart, behind the heart is there. Your intentions were right. What you were trying to do were right. But be careful how it's worded, and be careful how that person is, because it seems like there's a little bit, I want to say, that temptation of playing with fire. And also, don't always put on our beliefs and our values. We're all different. We're all different anyway, and we're all certainly different in the spiritual world. So just bear that in mind. But it shows you're a very intuitive person. We know that. You're on your journey. It's all lessons learned. We learn as we go along. We never get it, you know, we're not perfect. We're not 100% right. I learned many years ago that you only have to give 40% right on your mediumship, which is quite worrying, really, because I'd like to think I'd give at least 80% if I was doing it. It may be 90, but I'm an OCD freak. But just be mindful that you're still learning. You're entitled to make mistakes, and they're the mistakes we're going to continue learning by. So I hope that helps, Stace. And yeah, they are lovely cards. Been using them for a year. How have you not noticed before? They are the Psychic Oracle deck by John Holland. So yeah, love them. And I use them in my psychic counselling. Don't use them in my tarot as much. They're all for psychic counselling. So there you go. Anyone else, Mr. P? I'm itching my right hand on someone's. I don't know if that's Barry Ernest who's coming in. I'm itching my right hand. It's on fire, absolutely on fire. And if I show you people, it's here, right here. It's like someone's burnt something here. I feel like someone's burnt their hand right here. So if anyone's done it, can you let me know? Because it's driving me insane. I need to clear that energy away. Hi, D Hunt. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Rachel. Lovely Rachel from America, in case anyone's wondering. I hope they should know who she is. Hi, Diane Allen. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Shaz Richards. Hi, B-Tara Angels. B-Tara. I'm going to say Tara. Hi, Presh. Is that Presh? Presh Pandy. Hi, Julia Hay. So, can I just remind people, the show's psychic counselling, it's about advice. So ask me a question, whether it be spiritual or just you want, some guidance on something, ask me that. I will interact with you and then give you a little reading at the end. So I will be doing card readings. I'm not guaranteeing any more mediumship's going to come in after that. But yeah, please do interact, ask questions, and ask spiritual questions if you're starting out on your journey or you're just intrigued or want to know anything. Please do ask. We've done Olivia, haven't we? You've been in the sun too much, Mr. P. Jane, can you recommend a blue flame meditation, please? I remember you mentioned it on Sunday. That is actually the purple flame, purple violet flame, whatever you want to call it. I've actually got a painting of it. I will actually photograph that later and put it on the fan page for you, Alison, so you could, and anyone else that's interested if they watch Sunday's show. So the violet flame, the violet light, people call it different things. It's an energy that mainly healing. We work with in healing, but obviously people do work with it in mediumship and psychic. It's a very strong. When we said about meditation, we use it in meditation, but we also I use it in my protection as well. It is very strong, and it can make you feel a little bit heady because it's such a powerful thing. I use it with my protection when I'm calling in Archangel Michael and I'm putting platinum and gold protection around me. I also use the violet flame or the violet light, and it's brilliant for healing. In my Rahani celestial healing, we actually have a meditation around it, bringing that in, so that's quite powerful when we're doing, because we still South Hill when we're doing that as well, so it's not just for our clients. I can have a look and see what I've got here, but I know most of mine's been used with Rahani. But if you Google purple flame or purple light or violet light or purple violet flame, because it is used in different contexts, but remember, if you think of your third eye, which is where all our sort of intuition comes from, think of that colour and go with that, see what meditations come up. But it is powerful, Alison, so if you're going to do it, make sure you do like a beginner's or a short one, because it literally goes whoo. In the Sunday Sofa, I mentioned I used it in Ascension. I've done Ascension levels 1 to 5, so I've learned a lot about ascending. It raises my vibration in general with all the work I do, with my healing, with my spiritual stuff, and I've noticed a massive difference by doing Ascension. And the purple light is used quite a lot, and violet light is used quite a lot in that. So I hope that sort of makes sense to you, Alison. But you can always message me privately if you want me to. I can look up my Rahani and see what it is, but that's what it is: purple or violet, flame or light. It depends what they're calling it, but it is the same thing. Someone's probably going to come on and correct me now and say no, it's not, but it is. And I will take a picture of my photo of my picture and put it on there. It was handmade by a woman, and it's used with crystals. They've used crystals in it as well, and it was painted, and my friend actually bought it because she's moving away. She knew how much I loved it, so I've had to offer because she's moving to France. So I'll take a picture of that. But just think purple, and always bring it in for healing, bring it in for any protection. If you're feeling a bit upset about anything, bring it in. It's ideal. Jill Pass, Saint Germain is the ascended master of the violet flame. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Terrible, I should know that. But the ascended masters all have different roles to do. They all have different parts, but they also there's so. I mean, I bring it in with Archangel Michael, who is actually, we know, is the protector, and it's all about blue. But yeah, you could be right there, Jill. I'd have to see. I didn't pay no attention in that, did I, in my Ascended Masters course? But yeah, it's a great energy to work with. That's all I know. Nikki Stansby, Barry, my dad, he burnt his hand badly and couldn't feel it because he was numb down one side. Okay, Nikki. So Joe said he had a stroke on the left side, and it is my left hand as well. My arm went very heavy. I felt like I'd flop forward, and I did start doing it afterwards. And I'm going to tell you something, and you're going to all think, oh, she's a bit nutty. I burnt my hand, but not there. I can't feel it either. Lighting my candle, because my son has pinched my candle lighter to light 2 cigarettes, and I was left with a candle and lighter that nearly took my eyelashes off, let alone my hand. And I felt that, but it wasn't in that area. So it is obviously Barry then. It's Barry that stood around me. So yeah, thank you for that, Nikki. At least I know why I can't feel it. I'll probably come back later and have to put Tamanu cream on it because I'll get the sensation back. Okay. What is a twin flame? Christine Davis. Twin flame. So Mr. P, who thinks it's a comedy show now. No, actually, you did a very good impression of Basil Brush there, Mr. P. Boom, boom. Twin flame is like your... Yeah, that's like two flames. When you got 2 flames in a fire, is what he said. Twin flame is like your oh, it's not, what do they call it? Because there's another word for that. So different people use different terminology for the same sort of thing, and it can get confusing. Your twin flame is like your, people think it's your soul partner, but it's not. Your twin flame is actually your almost identical person. That's literally is the person you're meant to be with. That said, you don't always get on with them, but they are they are your mate, that your match. So that is what a twin flame is. Not everyone meets their twin flame in their lifetime. Sorry to disappoint you, but it is a relationship show as well, so I thought I'd just throw that out there. We don't all meet our twin flame, and even if we do, it doesn't mean we're going to stay with them, but there is a connection there, and that connection will always be there. So even when we pass over and we go back to soul state, that twin flame will always be in our soul Monet group. And again, I've said this before, that can get very technical, but we have a little group and we return back to that group, and that is where your twin flame is. So twin flame is a little bit different. It's about your life partner, your matching partner. It's not the same as the energy that we bring in to work with, if that answers that, Christine. Hi Amber, thank you for joining us. Hi Majbrit Nelson from Denmark. Hi Barbara Curry. Oh, could you see it, Curry? Sorry Barbara, it's been a long day. Hi Dee, what's the difference between counselling and psychic counselling? Good question. So counselling, and I don't know if any of you remember when we used to have the lovely which I don't, Angelina on. So counselling is conventional. It's done, you become a counsellor in the conventional world, a therapist, whatever, and you work with patients privately, or sometimes the NHS, or somebody will refer, schools, workplaces, they refer you to a counsellor. There is many different types of counsellor. You train basic counselling, and then you actually have different fields you can go into. Some do role playing, cognitive therapy. There is many different types of counselling in the conventional world, and also it doesn't work for everybody, because some you get sent to one and that may not be where you get the best working conditions. And again, I'm not medical, so I'm not knocking anyone in the sort of counselling world. Psychic counselling, I did it as a diploma because I wanted to understand my psychic abilities. I wanted to understand how I could do what I could do. So psychic counselling brings in your spiritual side and the understanding of the brain, how we work psychically and how we work using those abilities, with the counselling side to it, because it's still all about well-being. It's about making sure you deliver stuff to people the right way, because this can be a very dangerous game. I've said it time and time again. Readings, you can go to someone for a reading, a tarot reading, even mediumship, and it could be quite damaging. Some just give you lip service. They just say things that they think you want to hear, or they say things that they almost actually get out of you. They get you to talk, and then it can be damaging. And I am I've often admitted it. People, that's why we get such bad reputations, because people go dismiss it, but there are unfortunately people out there that make it seem bad. So the psychic counselling brings in your spiritual ability with that caring counselling sort of way. It's not for everybody. Like I said, I think because I've done the counselling background, I only did the first part of it. I never completed my diploma due to personal stuff at the time, and I did it over 24 plus years ago. It's changed massively in the UK. It was very much bigger in other countries. The UK is always behind. But it's very big now in the UK, especially with different problems and areas in schools, and obviously with mental health. So it is. I'd like to say it's better, but I would say that because I'm now a psychic. But it's bringing in different abilities and not tick box exercising. And also in my psychic counselling, and I know a couple of you that watch my show have had psychic counselling with me, so you'd know. I tend to let you talk. I talk. It's not like real conventional counselling. The counsellor's meant to stay quiet. Now you know why I didn't do it. Didn't complete it. You sort of sit there quietly and you let the client talk to you, and over a period of time they feel like they've expressed themselves. Personally, I find they don't always express themselves, But with psychic counselling, it's a two-way thing. The client talks, I talk, I make notes, I may then give suggestions where they could do some work. I send up a report so that they can work from that, and I also do follow-ups if they need to speak to me. So with a conventional counsellor, you keep paying and paying and paying. I don't see the need for that if we hit the nail on the head. So I hope that explains it, Heidi. But not knocking any professional counsellors out there, but I'm a psychic one. Tony, how long did it take you to become a psychic counsellor? I did mine online, Tony. Like most things now, you can do it online. So you do it in your own time. It can take up to something like 150 to 200 hours, depending, how quick you want to do it or how long you want to do it. But that's the average hours that you've got to put in. You do assessments and you are marked on it. Hi, Sarah Buston. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Tina Brown. Joe. Now Louise is on. Hello, Louise. So, Louise, in case your sisters have been texting you, before I came on, a gentleman came through for me. His name was, I said Ernest Barry or Barry Ernest. I've even forgotten now. I did ask Pendulum. He was very thick set, very square jawed. Told me he was in the services. Had a stroke down the left side. Arm wouldn't move. Said he wanted to pass a message to Louise. Nikki and Joe have both taken bits of that, and Nikki's just recently told me that he burnt his hand and couldn't feel it, and I've just said I've got numbness and feeling like I've burnt my hand. So his message was, give my love to Louise. So I wondered, Louise, if you were just struggling a bit at the moment with something, or you got something on your mind, or you're just generally feeling a bit down. Don't need you to sort of tell everybody else. You haven't come on to talk about that, but just to let you know, Dad was looking out for you, and it was obviously not leaving out Nikki and Joe. It was just he did mention Louise. So I hope you can take that, Louise, and understand why he's come through for me. Okay. Anyone else in the family going to come out? Is that all the sisters? Is that all the sisters? You haven't got anyone else going to come out? And I've got to repeat that. We have to do replay. Yeah. But let me know, Louise, if that makes sense, because he just wanted you to know he was watching over you. Done, Tina, Mr. P. Hi, Julia. I have a question. Why do I not feel my dad around me? I used to get feathers on special occasions. Also never gave me a message. So what? Dad never gave you a message, just the feathers. Do you know, Julia, I was talking about this with Polly the other day. I am. Sorry, Julia, I'll come back to you. How many sisters have you got? Hi, Lisa. Text your sisters. They'll tell you what I said. Be all night and I want to get a look in. And Mr. P's laughing in my ear. You're welcome, Louise. Yeah. Okay, Julia. What, Julia? Oh, Louise. Okay, all right. Well, he obviously likes me. I don't know why I can't answer why he came through. But I'm glad then you can all. I'm glad you can all take it. I'm glad you all understand it, and I hope none of you hate Louise for getting the thing. But there's obviously a reason he feels Louise needs to know he's around you. But he's around all of you. He is around all of you. But he obviously feels Louise needs his support. So getting back to Julia, because she's asking a similar question. Getting feathers and pennies and lights flashing on and off and door knocking, window knocking, cupboards banging. God, there's so many things. They're all what I call the intermediate beginners. That's spirit trying to get your attention, letting you know they're around you, letting you know that they care about you, letting you know that they will look out for you. So they're the signs. If they start disappearing, it's because you started noticing them. You started realising they were there, and so they now know you've noticed that. Some people go as a feather and dismiss it and kick it out of the way, or pick it up and put it in the bin. You've acknowledged that. You've acknowledged that you felt that was your dad around you. So when you say he's never gave you a message, I don't know if that's coming from a psychic or a medium or indirect, that you've not picked up a message. I was having this conversation with Polly, one of our other lovely presenters, and obviously who I co-host Sunday Sofa with. And I was saying, my dad, I know he's around me and I don't feel it massively. And maybe that's what you're missing, Julia, that sense that they're enveloping you. But I know he is around me, but I struggle to communicate with him, says the psychic medium. And I only get things from him when I'm asleep. And Polly said that, that's quite similar with her mum. And we were saying that, even us as psychics and mediums don't always get direct information from our loved ones because they're watching over us, watching what we're doing and think, she's getting on with that. Well done. They'd feel that maybe they don't need to give you anything directly because they're watching you and they're proud of you and they're sending love in different ways. And also I found, because from the gentleman I brought in earlier for the girls, my spirits come in intermittently. I don't necessarily request them. They come to me and I give the message out. So I don't know who's going to come in and talk to me. Sometimes when we want to talk to someone more, it seems to almost push it away. I find the more we want to speak to someone, the less likely it's going to happen. And and again, I've said it before, not maybe your dad's particular about who he wants to talk through. I know some mediums can bring people through and find somebody, but maybe he doesn't mean he doesn't care any less about you because he's not coming through to give you a message. What I'm going to do, Julia, I'm going to pick you a card, and I've got two names while I'm thinking about your card. Funny enough, I got my own dad's name, Michael. I don't know if he's trying to come in now because I said he doesn't, but I don't know if that's relevant to you. I also got the name Duncan. But actually, someone's showing me Dunkin' biscuits. So I don't know if that's a Dunkin' is actually Dunkin'. Let me know if that makes any sense to you. I feel like someone dunks biscuits in. Okay, and I've got moving on for you, number 6. Okay, I don't think that means Dad's moved on and forgot about you, because he's in his soul state. He's moved on because that's where he is. But for me, that moving on, when I turned, it almost made me feel like he's letting you know it's time you moved on. And I'm not going to say from him either. I feel there's a situation around you at the moment, or been around you, and he wants you to move on from it. And I think this is what might be clouding your judgment at the moment. And I'm getting shown what they're trying to show me. It's like a rope, some kind of rope is hanging on something. I feel like I don't know if it's, do you know, like the old heavy curtains when you used to tie them back with those ropey cord things? I don't know if that's what he's showing me. There's something hanging off it. I don't know what relevance that is, what I'm getting, while they're showing me that. But I just feel this moving on is more about your, at the moment, I feel that there's a lot of stagnant stuff around you at the moment, and your headspace is not clear. I feel quite low at times, actually. I feel like I want to say I'm quite low. I feel like I want to break you through and get some sunshine and the rainbow around you. I feel like you need some sunshine and you need to get out and be your old self again. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Julia, but the moving on for me is sort of for you to come out of this stagnant period that you're experiencing at the moment. So let me know if that's making any sense to you. I'm also getting a lot of discomfort across my forehead with you. I feel like it's tension. I'm getting a lot of tension across my forehead. I feel like I want to take some deep breaths with you and clear that tension. So, Julia, don't feel that Dad's not with you. He is. Our loved ones are always with us. Just because they don't show the side of them with the feathers and the lights and the music going on does not mean that they are not watching over you and sending you lots of love. I think if you were relaxed more, less tense, and the situation that needs to be sorted gone, I think you'd actually feel a lot more of that. It's like a warm feeling. I get like a warm feeling. I know there's someone around me, but it doesn't mean they've chucked something at me or they'll do anything. I just know. I know they're there. So you just need to get yourself sorted, and I think you'll start feeling that again. Okay, Julia? Much love to you. Let me know if that makes any sense, though. Drink some water, I've just got told. So I am. But no, head's quite tense. Okay, Kim. What? Duncan and Michael. Okay. So it might not have been for Julia then. It might be someone else coming in. My nose is actually twitching, so I do feel there's someone else around me. I'll let you know if that's anything else comes from that. Hi, Joanna Whelan. First time watching me. Thank you. Wheeler, sorry. Wheelan. Hi, Robert Wilden. You're trying to catch me out now, Mr. P, aren't you? Because you know I haven't put my teeth in. Thank you. First time watching. Thank you very much, Robert. Hi, Ruth Townsend. I'm getting... Is that you, Mr. P? But I'm getting... Yeah, okay. Packing in. Jade, I am starting out on my spiritual journey. I know I'm a psychic or an empath. How do you tell this to people, or do you not? Depends what sort of people you're telling it to, I suppose. Do you know what, Jade? Just enjoy it for now. You don't need to tell people. You don't need to... you don't need... And I'm going to say this. You don't need the negativity, because not all our family and friends take too kindly to us being psychics. Empaths, I'd like to think we're all empaths, but unfortunately there's some very narcissistic people out there. But the psychic side, just go with it for now. It's a lot to experience. It's a lot to take in if you're just starting out. It's amazing and it's wonderful, but it's also quite wow, and at times you can feel quite drained, and you're always questioning or judging or thinking, just making excuses for things. So you've got a lot if you're just starting out to deal with in general. So you don't need to share it with anyone if you don't feel. That said, if you've got anyone in your family or friend circle that's like-minded and is interested in that, and you can bounce things off with, then yes, please do. And I'm not telling you not to share. I'm not saying, we're not closet psychics here. We do like to come out and talk. That's why I'm on this show. But I just think when you're starting out, it can be quite mind-blowing, and just from experience, not everyone takes to it. Some of my friends thought I could read their mind. Well, I could, but I do switch off. We have to switch off. If we don't switch off, we'd be 24/7 having people and things coming into our head. But it's not for everybody, and most people are scared of it, and when they're scared of it, they struggle to accept it. So I'd say for you, you'll know when the time's right who you want to tell, who you want to talk to. That's the great thing about the show. This channel, you've got loads of support in the network, the community, loads of workshops on our directory. There's always something going on if you wanted to be involved with like-minded people. And that's where you can get ideas and talk about your experience without feeling judged. And I'm not saying it in a horrible way, but I just know that anyone that's not so accepting of the spiritual and psychic world, they seem to be more negative, and you don't need that negativity around you when you're starting out, because you'll start questioning everything. And I think anyone on here that's been on the fledgling show program and done any training on it will agree that the negativity doesn't help. It knocks your confidence. Regarding your empath side, lots of protection for that, because you'll literally be picking up everyone's rubbish and bringing it with you. Empath, most of us are empathic in some way, usually with healing, which is obviously something I do as well. That is a definite sign of being an empath, and you do need to make sure you're protecting yourself, and the more work you do and the more of the journey you go down, your aura will get bigger and bigger, and you'll be able to keep that protection around you and that bubble around you. Because that on its own can be quite draining if you have negative or aggressive people, anyone that's really just not in a happy space. That can really drain your system down, and that's where we need that violet light. For you, I've just picked number 6, material and spiritual prosperity, Mr. P, which is literally spot on with what you've just asked on. How do you tell people, or do you not? You do what you want to do. You don't even have to listen to me. No, a lot of people don't. But that material and spiritual is showing the two words. You've got your material world, which is what I call the everyday people, because lots of people have become materialistic and they follow a pattern because it's expected of them, or that's what's that's in work, in life, it's what's expected of them. And then you've got your spiritual side. and you're coming away from material and going into your spiritual side, and you're trying to, I mean, you don't want to lose material because you still want to be Jade, but you're going to sort of try and separate them while they're sort of merged, and it's very confusing. And that's what you've got to do for yourself. When you know it's right and when you're in a good place, they will be separated for when you want to work spiritually or just be on your spiritual journey. And if you have to slot back into anything material like your day job or anything like that, you can do that. But it can get very muddy and very sort of tricky trying to do it. And in that card, he's looking over the balcony at water, and water's all about our emotions, which goes back to your empath side. When you're in control, those fountains going up are totally balanced, and you'll know that you've found you're in a good place. You're starting to come through that and working on it, because you will feel balanced. So if you feel you want to tell people, then do it. But if you feel that you're not going to get that support or acknowledgement, or there's going to be some Mickey taking, then hold back, because this journey is for you. It's not for anyone else. So I hope that makes sense, Jade. But that card's a very positive card. It shows you've got the prosperity there to be able to move forward now in your spiritual journey. So don't let people back in the material world drag you back. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Who we got there, Mr. B? Come on, come up, get him up. Hey, it's whinging in my ear, people. I'm whinge. Hi, Shah. Pim. Oh, someone was talking about Pims today. Some new flavoured Pims, along with pina colada Baileys. But anyway, Veronica Bosser. Hello. Hi, Margaret Thompson. First time watching. Thank you. I love the newbies coming on to watch. Hi, Eric. Hello, Bridget B. Not Bridget Jones, Bridget B. Hi, Barry Steele. Hi, Kelly Jones. Hi, Lindsay Cater. I think we've done Lindsay, haven't we? Do you want me to answer a question? Oh, yeah. All right, I didn't see that. Sorry, Lindsay. Just arguing with Mr. Producer. Here's a bit of a dark, deep question. Dun, dun, dun. Get nearer. How do you escape abuse and then rebuild yourself? Okay, Lindsay. I'm going to say it goes a little bit back to what Stacey brought up earlier. When someone suffers abuse or any kind of behaviour towards them, it is a reflection of that person. It is the reflection of what they are that they're doing to you. And then obviously we get into a bit of a trap where we don't allow it to happen. We don't want it to happen, but we sort of get caught up in that emotion. And so rebuilding yourself from it is sort of stepping out of that box for a minute. And it's going to sound mad, trying to see it from their point of view. And I'm not excusing anyone that's abusive or anything like that, but realise where they may have been going wrong or why they were like it, so that you can think in a kinder way. Now, I'm not telling you, and anyone that's gone through any sort of abuse, I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's like your first step of rebuilding yourself to understand that it wasn't your fault. It isn't, it's not your fault when someone is doing something to you. That is their behaviour. It is not yours. But because you get into a pattern and you get sort of caught up in that pattern, it's hard to even break away from that. So if you've done that, as you say, how do you escape and then rebuild? If you're thinking of doing that, then that's your first step. You need to remove yourself so that you can come out of that and sort of step out of that box and not even see you, Lindsay, see somebody else, another Lindsay, and what was going on, and then work out how you want to be different, how your life wants to be different, not the person, because their behaviour is not your responsibility. It's about you. And rebuilding yourself, that takes time, and that's not the same for everybody. That's something that has to be done from the inside out, because there's a lot of issues and stuff that you may have to overcome, and that is a time there is no limit on the time and what that's going to take for you to do. But your first step is to step out of that. I mean, you say it's a bit of a dark, deep question. It probably feels very dark and deep to you, but out there, and probably to many people watching now, that is a question that's asked probably on a daily basis, which is quite worrying that is still going on, and probably more so since the year we've all had. But that isn't as dark and deep as you think. That's become quite common and quite worrying. So it's about getting yourself out and then working out how you want to rebuild yourself. Some people change how they look, change where they live, just change lots of things because they want to almost recreate themselves. But it's not recreating a different person. It's giving back the person that was probably always there but has been lost through the abuse. So I'm going to pick your card, Lindsay. I've got Deception and Envy, number 7. Oh, I've just felt a massive surge of someone grabbing me and pulling me backwards. I'm not going to go into too much detail of that, Lindsay, as it is a live forum, but I think you know what that is. That was quite a physical thing there. Deception and envy. I think for you at the moment, there's a pattern been going on where you feel that you've been deceived, which you have if you've been in a relationship like that. But also the envy is coming from the other person. I feel like that their behaviour comes from that sort of jealous streak. There's something going on with I actually feel like I'm going round and round and round. I do feel like I'm going round and round circles. So I do think this is something you've tried to escape from before. But I do feel this is literally spinning now. This is starting to spiral out of control. So there's definitely you need to step out the box and step out quite quickly. I think you've got to stop feeling that deceitful, that you've been deceived or that you've been wronged. You have, but I think you need to stop that. Like I said, you need to change the mindset and step out of it. I'm not going to say too much about this because I'm getting quite a lot of imaging around this and I don't want to discuss it on a live forum. So, Lindsay, I'm more than happy for you to message me privately on that. But I do feel that you're starting to make that decision in your mind. You need to start stepping out and you need to step out quite quickly is what I want to say to you. You need to come out of that situation sooner rather than later. And if you can find someone for support, because I'm getting someone around you that you could probably get some support with, but I don't think you've been very open with people of what's been going on. So bear that in mind. But yeah, take care of yourself, Lindsay, and I hope that helps. Much love to you. Okay, so tonight after me, if you're still awake, it is the lovely Ricky and Tyler, isn't it? The Joel got a good memory, innit, for an old woman. So at 10:30 UK time, it is Divine Sparkle with Ricky and Tyler. You can't see it and I can't see it, but I know it's them, so I'm just saying it. It is trying. It's the software, people. But yeah, if it doesn't come up there, they are. Look at them. Oh, I just couldn't. Okay, so it's Divine Sparkle, Ricky and Tyler with their mediumship and oracle readings, 10:30 UK time, and I'll call them my boys. They're my little boys. One day I'll get to see them in person. But yeah, so that's what we've got on tonight. After me, I'll be tucked up in bed by then because I've been on my shift since 7:30. And then tomorrow we have. You still there, Mr. P? Is it Live with Spirit? So it's Live with Spirit, 8 o'clock UK time. If you can see the person's name, because I can't, that isn't okay. So the person that's been advertised, it won't be. It will actually be somebody else, but we don't know who that's going to be yet. So JC. JC Macy will be on tomorrow with Live with Spirit at 8 p.m. UK time. So there. And if anyone was new, I think Mr. P's been putting up my Facebook page, Aroma Roseheart. I've totally lost it now. So yeah, please do go over to my Facebook page, New Beginnings. It's New Beginnings Holistic Spiritual Therapist, because I am a spiritual and holistic therapist as well. So please do go over and have a look on there. And of course, like and share, because we love like and share. And please do like and share our page on YouTube and become a member if you wish. Subscribe to YouTube, because that is our main platform. And I should have said earlier, but I've been a bit sort of, that's not from the sun. Obviously, we stream from YouTube and we then go onto Facebook. So if you can't see the comments, people, it's because some are on YouTube, some are on Facebook. So if you think I'm making them up, talking to myself, it's because they're on another platform. And I don't actually make anything up, because Mr. Peace puts them in front of me and then I just tell them what I get. So there. Hope that helps. Hello, Slater, Paul, Liz. Is that Paul and Liz Slater? Hi, Natalie Rogers. Thank you. Oh, another newbie. Hello, Amanda Groom. Hello, Wendy Lindsay. She's famous, Wendy. She was on telly. Proper telly, not. Hello, Andrea Reese. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Ashley Patson. May I ask a question? Go on then. Yeah. So Ashley, if you want to ask a question, be quick, because I haven't got long left. I haven't got long left on my battery because I didn't have time to charge it. So I'm professional. But the show will be finishing soon. So Ashley, if you have got a question, please do put it in quick. Sharon Longlands. Does Spirit show your colour some nights when I'm going to show you colour some nights when I'm going to sleep? I have hall light on and it looks like it starts to turn brighter. Orange, is this spirit or imagination? No, with like I can't remember who the lady was earlier. It said she see orbs around me. Yeah, colouring is quite common. Meditation, you can get colours. It's just also it's your chakras, because I work with chakras in my healing and my aromatherapy. We've got chakras running through our body. They're scientifically proved, so they're not made up in spiritual world. They are a scientific thing. Orange is our solar, is our chakra. Honestly, I have got my own teeth. You wouldn't think it. Is the sacral chakra. It is where we hold all our emotions. It is where we can get some upset in our stomach. So it can actually upset our stomachs because of our nerve system, and people can suffer with IBS and things like that. So orange is more about our emotions. So if you're seeing orange, it could be because at the moment it's that area you need to work on, and it's your emotional area. And if spirit is around you, that could be a way of showing you that not to be upset or worry about something. But it is not uncommon to see colours at all. Some people do aura photography and say that there's colours around you, but our aura changes constantly every second, so that it's not the colour we are permanently. So I hope that helps, Sharon. In fact, let's see if I can pull your chakra card quickly. Recognition and reward. You got nothing like chakra, but plenty of orange in there. Number 3, Mr. P. So you've got the orange at the top, which you said your experience on your whole light. You've got orange at the bottom. So recognition and reward would say to me that you are being shown something. Someone is, and I'm actually getting tap, tap, tap now. Tap, tap, tap. God, these spirits are giving me some jib tonight. So you are being shown something. The orange is around the purple. It's very intuitive. So it's straight away telling me, is it up on the screen, Mr. P? Yeah, sorry. That you are being shown something. Someone is trying to tune into you. Someone is trying to let you know they're there. But I also want to say to you, and like I said, I'm not medical, even though I've done health holistic stuff, but I am going to say I am getting a little bit of discomfort in my stomach. So I don't know if you have been having some problems with your stomach area, your lower stomach area. So just, you know, be mindful of that, look after yourself, make sure you're eating well. But I would definitely say that there is someone around you letting you know. Recognition and reward. Recognition is showing you they're there, and the reward is that you're opening up. I'm going to say you are actually opening up there, especially if it's at night time, while you're going to sleep, because that is when our body goes into a sort of more sedative, our subconsciousness. So we are more open, which is why we see more while we're dreaming. So I hope that helps you, Sharon. But look after your tummy. Says Dr. Jane. We'll be calling it Dr. Jane next. Dr. Jane. I was going to think of being a psychic surgeon. Hello, Petra. Thank you for joining us. Has Ashley not come back? Oh, he has. Hello, lovely Tony. My lovely little friend. Hi, Rachel Brown. Any tips for healing the inner child? Whew, the inner child. Sometimes I think we need that inner child. I always quite like that inner child, actually. Yeah, I don't think we need to heal that inner child. That inner child, unless we've had some sort of trauma as a child, and then obviously that's what comes back and haunts us. So that, and I'd say this in my psychic counselling, and again in my healing, for that is working on what that trauma was, how we can get around that, how we can stop that happening, because we bring so much with us from past life, but also as a child that we may not even remember. We keep bringing through. So for me, if it's something that's happened to you when you were young and you need to work on that inner child, then healing is, if you're not healing yourself, doing self-healing and work as a healer, then I would say actually go and see a healer. Not necessarily me, but I'm open. But you get drawn to your healing modality. It doesn't have to be what's written on the tin, it's what appeals to you. But if you feel you need to work on that, then definitely find someone that does healing work, or like I said, a psychic surgeon that does work like that. But if it's in general because you think because I'm sorry, I've got sorts out your grounding, I would say with yours, there's something going on with a past thing and that inner charge from there. So I would go and source somebody that can work with you, either with hypnotherapy, healing, possibly regression. But I'm going to say actually stick to what I'm going to call fluffy hypnotherapy and healing, because I think you need to do that work gradually, Rachel, if that makes sense to you. I don't think regression would actually help you straight away. So I hope that makes sense. And Ashley, did we get Ashley back? May I please ask how the new guy I recently met is truly feeling about me? Okay, Ashley. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to ask the pendulum. I was just having a little chat with the pendulum, but it don't want to work for me. It's having a little moment. I've got authority for you, Ashley, number 4. Ooh, and an itchy nose that I can hide behind my card. Do you know what I want to say? What I want to say to you, Ashley, is that authorities, that's very, when I was speaking earlier on about lovely Barry, that authority is telling me you're being too serious too soon. You're not enjoying just having a new relationship. It's like you're wanting to know, picking out cake, picking out invitations. I'm not saying you are, but I feel that this is very serious for you. And I'm not going to knock love at first sight, and I'm not going to make people think it doesn't happen. But at the same time, when you meet new people, you should be enjoying that experience, enjoying everything that's new about it, and enjoying going out and just doing fun things, because it's those sort of things that you build up on and that you then build a relationship up on, and you can look back and laugh and smile about. If you take everything so seriously so quickly, you're not getting it. You're going to be tying yourself up in knots, and you're not going to be looking at that You're not enjoying it because you're so planning ahead all the time, or not. I get a sense that you've not had a lot of trust with people in the past. And if you look at authority, he's got his arms crossed. In the conventional psychic counselling way, arm crossing is a definite sense of insecurity or aggression. It's showing someone that doesn't feel safe in an environment, and it's making someone be standoffish. So that straight away is telling me that you really don't trust people very easily, but at the same time, all you want is just to be happy. So I'm going to say loosen up, and that's not in a bad way. Try and loosen up, try and enjoy it. Stop putting, don't jump in front and plan things. Enjoy the day, each day as it comes, each week as it comes, and look back. And if it's turned days into weeks, into months, into years, then you'll know how this person feels about you. You don't need to know now. Yeah, I've just asked my guide to just check I wasn't giving you. My guide is like saying to me, you really do need to enjoy this for on a daily basis. You've got to stop putting everything so seriously, is what I want to say to you. I'm getting such a tense feeling around my rib cage, which is the solar plexus, and I just feel that you're literally, like I said, I'm not saying you're planning weddings and house moves and stuff like that, but you really are moving too fast, too quickly, and you shouldn't be judging how this person feels about you. If you enjoy their company, if you enjoy seeing them, and if you get that funny little feeling in your stomach, that fluttering feeling when you see them and know you're going to meet them, then please, please, please just go with that. Don't go looking for things that aren't there yet. Don't go mistrusting them, and don't be so serious about it. Have some fun is what I want to say to you. Ashley, I also feel you're quite young. I get the sense of quite young. I don't know why the sense is sort of showing me when I was young, back in the 80s. So I'm just feeling that you are quite young. You need to enjoy life, embrace each day as it comes. Life is for living. It's not to be so serious about. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say to you, Ashley. Don't worry about what he feels. Enjoy it. Just enjoy for now. Okay, that's true. I don't trust people so quickly. He was trying to rush at first, and then now he's so quiet the past few days. I'm going to say he's probably gone quiet because you may have just been a little bit too much with the authority card. It's come out, that feeling of insecurity, that feeling of fear of being let down again, that feeling of just wanting something lovely to happen and stay lovely. It's all too rushed. Go back to being Ashley. Go back to enjoying life. Go back to just taking things as it comes. He will stop being quiet if you relax. You need to relax. You're almost putting a barrier up, but also pushing him back. It's making him nervous. So that's what I want to say to you, Ashley. Please go and enjoy it. And please don't take this the wrong way, but smile a bit more. I feel you need to smile a bit more. Okay? And that's not in a bad way. That's because I feel you take life a little bit too seriously. And understandably, if you've had trust issues, but you know what? You're entitled to be happy. And I want you to practice smiling in the mirror. That's going to sound crazy, but I want you to do it because you deserve to be happy. Okay? Natalie, I keep seeing like feathers floating all the time in front of me. I try to put my hands in them, it goes through them. So you're not actually seeing feathers, you're seeing looks like feathers, and then you're putting your hands through it. Is what I'm getting, Natalie. That's what I'm actually my head's went all fuzzy then as well. Again, signs, because feathers don't have to be in the real scenario. Feathers are spiritual. They relate, people straight away relate to spirit when they see them. So if you're getting shown feathers as something, I've just got a red Indian around then. I don't know what that was all about. Financial and material changes I've just got for you. It was funny because as you were saying that, and I got a red Indian. That's number 5, by the way, Mr. P. I forgot to say. I did feel that at the moment, someone's actually trying to tell you you're not on solid ground at the moment, if that makes sense. I feel that you're not quite, you're not planning well, you're not budgeting well. I've got a massive sense of my chin flaring up here as well. I feel like someone's just, I don't know, some sort of skin complaint going on in my chin. I don't know if that's relevant, but I'll let you know that, Natalie. I just feel that these feathers, these imaginary feathers that you're seeing, these are a way of telling you need to get your feet back on the ground. You need to start being more proactive, practical with your finances. I feel like you've let things slip during this last year. I feel that you haven't engaged as well as you would normally do. Let me know if that makes sense. So that is telling me, those feathers are telling me you are floating away a little bit and you need to come back down and get yourself sorted in the day-to-day practical stuff. I know it's boring, and I know we don't all want to do it, but actually you need to do that to get yourself back on form. So I think that is spirit telling. Someone's showing me a ring around you as well, some relevance to a ring. It's not a wedding ring, it sits in the middle finger. Is that the middle finger there? That one there. Someone's just showing me that. So those imaginary feathers are coming from spirit, something to do with a ring, telling me you need to start being more practical, Natalie. Okay? And you say it makes sense. So lovely, you understand that. Thank you. Do you want me to slide another one in, Mr. B, or are we all done? And let me know if it's like, oh, my chin is like, it feels like I've just shaved. just shaved a bit. My chin feels like I've just razor bladed it. So I don't know if that's relevant to Natalie. But my hair's like just flaring up now. Anyway. Okay, my lovely people, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the newbies joining me. Sorry it's been so long since the last show, but I was a little bit poorly last time. But I will see you back on the Sunday sofa in just under a fortnight, and then back on the other show. But thank you very much. Hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to go away, have a cup of tea, and then come back and watch The Boys, Ricky and Tyler, at 10:30 UK time. And I will see you all soon. Much love and take care.